guiding you through a practice today. What I'm thinking is some nice shoulder stuff and some detox twisting. So that's going to be our theme today. Go ahead and join me in Child's Pose. So big toes touch, knees are the width of the mat. Let's bring the hands back by the hips today. So forehead down. If your forehead can't come down, just try to get as close to the floor as possible. Bringing the hands back, palms are up. And see if you can lengthen. Try to get the forehead further forward. Softening the hips towards the heels. Lengthening out the back and breathe. And just allow the lips to hang off the teeth. Softening the jaw. Being mindful. Just checking in, notice if you can keep yourself present on your mat. I know sometimes that's really challenging at home to maintain that discipline because things come up. The phone rings, the kids come in, the dog comes in, whatever. There's a lot going on. So see if you can keep your focus and your discipline here on your mat, knowing you've committed to your practice today. And then gently walk the hands forward. Start to spread through the fingertips, lifting the palms up. Plug the shoulders back. Think about lifting the armpits up, and then lower the palms, lower the elbows. Keep lifting the armpits up. Good. Come forward and come into a plank on the forearms. Spread through the fingers. Elbows are in line with the shoulders, wrists are in line with the shoulders. So your forearms are parallel to the floor, and then lower the hips coming into Sphinx Pose. Point the feet behind you. Roll the pubis bone into the mat and pull the shoulders back and up. Gaze is forward, don't worry about looking up right now. Good, and then lower the forehead down. Walk the hands back under the shoulders, tuck the toes, and push up to plank. Lower the knees, lower the chest and chin. So keep the toes tucked under. If you lower down onto the forearms, you're going to get stuck. So keep your hands down, elbows up, and lower the chest and chin. So your sternum's on the floor. Good, and then keep the toes tucked under and slide through for Cobra. Point the toes behind you. Pull the elbows in, shoulders back. Breathe. Try to soften the glutes and use your lower back to lift up. One more. Good. Lower. Push back, Child's Pose. Keep the hands reaching forward. Downward facing dog. Soften the right knee, sink the left heel. And switch. Good, come to neutral. Inhale, shoulders forward, plank. Broaden through the shoulders. Exhale, chaturanga. Keep the collarbone broad. And inhale the upward facing dog. Sink the hips, shoulders back. Stay here in upward facing. See if you can just float your legs so they're not touching the floor, and gaze over to the right. Keep pulling the shoulders back. Back to center and over to the left. Back to center, plank. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale back, down dog. Walk the hands to the feet. Coming to the back of the mat, keep the knees slightly bent. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. You can grab opposite elbow, rock a little side to side. Keep working the stomach over those legs. Good, and then release the elbows. Come up onto the fingertips. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Pull the shoulders away from the belly. And then bend your knees as much as it's going to take to get your palms entirely on the floor. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come up onto the fingertips. Look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more, inhale. Exhale, fold. Walk it out to plank. Good, keep reaching back through the heels and lift the right leg. Keep the hip closed, reaching back through that right heel as you transition into a one-leg down dog. So hips stay level, reaching back through that right heel. Knee into the nose, shoulders forward, hover, and lunge the right foot in between the hands. Left hand down, right hand up. Just a nice gentle twist, pulling the right ribs back, the left ribs down. Turn that top palm to face forward, reach up over the ear. Good, right arm up. Lower the right hand, left foot to right, top of the mat. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, lower, Tadasana. Good, inhale, reach the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. And exhale back. Good, inhale, plank. Lift that left foot. Keeping everything super stable, nothing else moves. Use every tiny little muscle as you slowly hinge back for that one leg down dog. Hips stay level, reaching back through that left heel. Sinking the right heel towards the floor. Breathe. Knee into the nose, shoulders forward, hover. Lunge the left foot in between the hands. Right hand down, left hand up. Breathe. Keep pulling that left hip back, grounding through both big toes. Turn the top palm to face forward, reach up over the ear. Good, left arm up. Lower the left hand, right foot to left, top of the mat. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Separate the feet hip width apart, heels slightly turned out. Middle and index finger hook the big toes, so those peace fingers. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Padangusthasana. Keeping the shoulders soft. They always want to crunch up. I just caught myself. So keep them away from the ears. Use the biceps and your core to get your chest closer to those legs. Breathe. One more. Good. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Straighten out the arms. Keep the knees slightly bent. Bring the hands to the hips. Draw the elbows together behind the back and slowly come up to standing. Push the hips forward. Inhale, look up. Good. Neutral spine. Heel toe the feet together. Bend the knees, sweep the arms. Inhale, chair pose. Keep squeezing knees and big toes together as if they were one. Palms come together at heart center. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Inhale, lengthen, reach forward through the crown of the head, back through the hips, and exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Gaze can be up or down. Keep reaching out of this. So the biggest tendency is that everybody kind of lets this happen, sinking into the shoulder. So see if you can push into your bottom hand more to lift up out of the left shoulder. One more. Inhale. Get lower through those hips. Exhale, twist. Good. Let that go. Forward fold. Keep the feet together. Bend the knees. Sweep the arms. Inhale, chair. Shoulders soften. Get a little lower through those hips. Palms together, right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Again, not slouching into that right shoulder, lift up. Keep squeezing, pulling the left hip back. Inhale. Exhale. One more. Good, unwind, let it go, forward fold. Shake out the legs. Inhale, look out, lengthen, come up onto the fingertips. Exhale, fold. Keep the palms down. If you can keep your palms down with your legs straight, do so. If not, bend your knees. One more. Inhale. Good, ground the palms, walk or jump back, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe. So as a reminder, this is an all levels class. You take breaks when you need to, when you want to. So come to child's pose whenever you choose, not making it right or wrong. Lengthen back a little further. Good, and then lower to the knees. Keep the knees hip width or a little bit wider. Left hand under the nose, right arm up. Open up the chest and then thread the needle. So left hand comes behind the right wrist. Bring that left shoulder way over to the right side of your mat. And either keep your right hand where it is, reach forward, or you can wrap around the back, working for the left inner thigh. Keep pulling your right hip back. And the tendency in this one is that the weight is uneven in both knees. So keep the weight equally distributed between both knees. Breathe. Keep pulling that right shoulder back. One more. Good. Unwind. Use your right hand to come on up. Left hand down, right arm up. Open up the chest and thread the needle. Again, trying to create some space, bringing that right shoulder over. Left hand can stay where it is. Reach forward or wrap. Keep working the back of the head onto the mat, twisting your chest. And again, take a look, not really look, I mean, be mindful of where the weight is in your knees. Keep it even. One more breath. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Good. Unwind. Use the left hand to come on up. Elbows down, fingers spread. So your elbows are directly behind the wrists. Straighten out the legs for plank. Keep your feet together. And now start to lift your hips, walking the toes in for down dog with the feet together. You're on your forearms. So this is a really nice opportunity to get into the tops of those shoulders. Keep reaching your head away from the mat. Breathe. Use your core. Reaching those hips back. One more breath. Good. Now keep spreading through the fingers and simply lift your elbows. See if you can lift both at the same time. Separate the feet. Traditional down dog. Left heel in. Right foot lunges. Inhale. Warrior one. Good. Get nice and low through those hips. And then bend the arms for cactus arms. So palms facing forward, pulling that right hip back, open up the chest. It's a little gentle back bend. Good, neutral spine. Get a little lower. Keep grounding the outer edge of that back foot. Interlace the fingers behind the back. Reach the knuckles towards the back foot. Open up the chest again. Get a little lower through the front leg. And then right shoulder to the inside of the knee. Hands over the head, fold. Humble warrior. One more. Get a little bit lower. Good. Now, keep your fingers interlaced. Bring the hands to the lower back. Slowly come up. Straighten the front leg. Reach the knuckles towards the back wall. Try to pull your right ribs back, squaring your chest towards the front of the room. Soften the right knee again. Reach the knuckles towards the back. Keep rolling the shoulders open. Shift the weight into the right foot for warrior three with the arm bind. So again, the left hip wants to open up. That makes it easier. Drop the left hip. Keep your hips level. Point the floating foot. Reach back. One more breath. Lift the chest. Good, and then slowly come up. Left foot to right. Tadasana. Release the hands. Palms facing forward. Close the eyes. Bring the hands to heart center and just check in. Notice if you're grounded, if you're present.
If you're breathing, one more. Good. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up and exhale back. Right heel in, left foot lunges. Inhale, warrior one. Pulling the left hip back, the right hip forward. Bend the arms for those cactus arms. Palms face forward, get a little lower through the front leg. Open up the chest. Good, neutral spine. Interlace the fingers, opposite thumb in front. Again, working to spin your chest towards the front of the room. So the tendency is that we want to open up over to the back leg and fold kind of in the middle. I want you to fold facing the front of the room. So keep pulling your left hip back and reach your hands up over the head. Keep that back leg strong, engaged. Let go of the neck and shoulders. Just let your head hang. Breathe. Good. Inhale. Slowly come up. Keep the fingers interlaced. Reach the knuckles towards the back foot and open up the chest. Good. Neutral spine. Now keep bending the left knee. Shift it forward. Reach the knuckles towards the back of the room. Shift it forward for that warrior three. Keep the floating foot pointed and drop the right hip. Open up the chest, rolling those shoulders back. Breathe. One more. Good, and then slowly control right foot to left, top of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms out and up, look up. Exhale, lower the hands, Tadasana, pause. Close the eyes. Again, use this as an opportunity to ground yourself. To check in where the weight is. Is it more in your inner feet? See if you can keep it equally distributed in all four corners of both feet. One more breath. Good. Inhale, reach the arms out and up. Exhale, swan dive, fold forward. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up and exhale back. Right heel in, left foot lunges, walk the hands to the center of the mat. Heels out, toes in. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Start to walk the hands back in between the feet. Working more of your toes, so there's more weight in your toes and out of the heels. Good, and then bring the hands to hips. Draw the elbows together behind the back and slowly come up. Push the hips forward, little baby back bend. Inhale, look up. Good, neutral spine. Turn the heels in and the toes out, setting up goddess. So you're gonna get nice and low through the hips. Now what you want is your knees stacked over the ankles. And imagine you're leaning on a wall behind you. So the vertebrae is straight, the pubis bone is rolling up. Good, get lower. And then arms come out, right elbow under the left for eagle arms. Reach the elbows up, hands away from the face, get lower. You can fold forward, but keep working your knees back. Good, inhale up, straighten the legs, give the quads a break. I know that's pretty intense. Release the arms, whoop. Good, and then set up the goddess again. So again, bend the knees, work the knees behind you. Arms out, this time left elbow under the right. Shoulders down, elbows up, hands away from the face, get lower. Breathe. Pull that pubis bone up. Core is engaged. Again, forward fold, but not by caving your knees in. You want to keep those knees back. Good. Inhale up, straighten the legs. Release the arms. Turn the toes in, heels out. Inhale, both arms up. Exhale, swan dive down the midline. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Walk the hands over to the left. Step back, vinyasa. Inhale up. Exhale back. Lift the right leg, open up the hip. And lunge the right foot in between the hands. Turn the back heel in. Inhale, both arms up. Good, keep grounding the outer edge of that back foot. Bring the hands together to heart center. Get lower through the front knee. Now, if you feel a little stuck in this twist, you can lift the back heel. But if you're more advanced, you've been practicing for a while, try to keep that heel grounded. Left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Now, most of the work is in 1, lifting up out of your left shoulder. 2, pulling that right hip back. And 3, grounding the outer edge of that back foot. So that's what I love about this practice. There's so many freaking things to think about in each and every pose. You can't think about the dirty dishes in the sink, the car ride to work tomorrow, whatever. Like all those things that we are constantly thinking about, that monkey chatter that we're all so occupied by. See if you can focus internally on getting the most out of each and every posture. Lift up. Pull that right hip back. 1 more breath. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Good. Unwind. Come up onto the fingertips. Straighten the front leg. Give that quad a break. Inhale, look out, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Breathing through the back of the leg, getting into that hamstring. Keep the front toes down. And again, keep pulling that right hip back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. One more, inhale. Exhale. Good, bend the right knee. Hands to either side of the foot. Keep the shoulders stacked over the wrists and just step the right foot back. Inhale. Exhale, chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale back. Other side, right heel in. Left foot lunges, arms up, warrior 1. So again, if you got a little sticky in that twist, you can lift the back heel. But if not, embrace that challenge. Bring the palms together to heart center. Get lower through the left leg. Right elbow to the outside of the left knee. Get lower. Again, first thing, lift up out of that right shoulder. Pull the left hip back. And ground the outer edge of the back foot. And you'll notice if you do too much of any of those 3 things, you may fall. You may compromise the shoulder or the hip. So keep it a balanced movement and keep working your edge, pulling that left hip back, twisting. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. 1 more, inhale. Exhale. Beautiful. Unwind, hands to either side of the front foot, straighten the left leg. Keep pulling that left hip back. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Just let this feel good. Breathing through that left hamstring. 1 more. Inhale. Exhale. Good. Bend the left knee. Hands to either side of the front foot. Step back. Chaturanga. Inhale up. Exhale back. Good. Now lift the right leg, open up the hip, and lunge the right knee in between the hands. Create some space in between the knees. Walk the hands back for Pigeon Pose. Walk it forward. If your forehead does not come all the way down today, you can make the hands a little pillow. So we're here as a transition, so enjoy it for a few breaths. Keep the focus on the breathing, on lengthening each inhale and exhale, on increasing your lung capacity so that you have an opportunity to oxygenize each and every muscle more and more throughout your practice. One more breath. Walk it forward, exhale. and gently walk it in. Halfway. Now pause here. Listen carefully. It's kind of a tricky transition. So you're going to bring the right hand over behind the left elbow. Try to get your right shoulder down and then kind of lean over to the right and straighten out the right leg. So you're on the right hip and then roll onto the belly. Now try to pull your right shoulder down to your belly button more. Your right palm is up. Now you can bring your forehead down, your right ear down, or if you want more, you can start to bring your left ear down. Final pose is your left hand comes behind you and next to your left hip. So don't worry about it on your back, just rest it on the floor next to your left hip. And breathe. So you're actually using the weight of your body to open up the back of that right shoulder. Maybe even the side. I'm feeling it in all kinds of areas. So enjoy this. Keep lengthening. Some people complain they're kind of choking themselves. See if you can create that space. Lengthen out your neck and breathe. See if you've opened up your shoulder so much that maybe your left shoulder rests on your right arm. One more breath. Good. Now, bring your left hand next to your shoulder and just roll over onto your back. Hug the knees into the chest. Rock a little side to side. Up and down. And move through a vinyasa. Good, so you're facing the back of the mat, if you were listening. Lift the left leg, open up the hip, and then lunge the left knee in between the hands. Create space in between the knees, walk it back, and then gently walk it forward. Hands again can create that pillow for you, or maybe your forehead comes all the way down. Keep creating space in between the knees. Allow the face to soften, the breath to be calm and steady. One more breath. Inhale, lengthen forward. Good. Now gently walk the hands back in. Pause halfway. Listen carefully. Bring that left hand over behind the right elbow. Palm is up. Try to get that left shoulder onto the mat or close to it. Lean over to your left to straighten out your left leg. And then roll onto the stomach. Again, you can kind of pull your left shoulder under you, creating space in your neck. Keep the palm up, and then you can bring your forehead down, left ear down, or maybe your right ear down if you want more of a challenge. Last thing is your right hand comes back by your right hip. Both palms are up. And breathe. Try to let that right shoulder come over to the left arm. Keep rolling your right front ribs down so you're as comfortable as possible lying on your stomach. Just like you're hanging out watching TV, no big deal. One more breath, inhale. Good, release. Roll onto your back. So you should be your feet facing the front of your mat now. Rock up and down a few times, and then rock all the way through, coming into a vinyasa. Good. From down dog, look between the hands, walk or jump all the way through, coming to seated dandasana. So peel the flesh away from the sitting bones. Hands next to the hips, shoulders back and down. Inhale, arms out and up. Exhale, fold, Paschimottanasana. So you can bend your knees, you can separate your legs if that's going to give you a little space to fold more. You know, this is the second most stress relieving posture there is in our practice. First one is, well, Shavasana, but really the first one is Child's Pose. So enjoy this. Anytime you feel stressed out, you can't rest at night, you can do this in bed. In the middle of the night, you wake up, you can't rest, just take a forward fold. You don't have to be warmed up. You can make it as gentle as possible, bending the knees, maybe straightening them if you're super flexy. One more, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, fold. Good, inhale up. Bring the right foot a few inches away from your left inner thigh and right sitting bone. So keep grounding your right foot as if you could stand up on it, but you're not. Right hand behind the back, left arm up. Lengthen and hook left elbow to the right knee. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, inhale. Exhale. Good, unwind. Bring the right shoulder to the inside of the knee. Reach forward and wrap. Maybe you can hold your hands and fold nose to knee. If you need more, you'll ground that right hip. Keep softening the head, neck, and shoulders. So, you know, it's interesting, this pose in particular for me, I feel it in different spots almost every time I practice. Sometimes it's my right side, sometimes it's my lower back. Today, I'm feeling it over here in the right neck, among other things. But it's always a wonderful lesson to let go of expectations that, yeah, we're going to roll out our mat, we're going to expect to do some poses, to breathe, but we don't know what we're going to find. We don't know what we're going to learn about ourselves. So may we continue to keep just exploring, learning, breathing, being that student each and every day. Release the grip, come on up. Hands to either side of the right foot and straighten the right leg. If you can't hold the foot with a straight leg, you can grab the back of the calf. Now lift up. Pull the shoulders back. Work your stomach close to that right leg. Breathe. Shoulders back and down. Keep flexing both feet as if you had rockets coming out of both heels. Lengthen. Now keep your foot lifted. Use your core to keep that foot lifted. Palms face up. If you're shaking, you're doing it properly. Slowly lower. Kind of shake it out a bit. Peel the flesh away from the sitting bones. And bring the left foot in. It's a few inches away from the right inner thigh. Left foot is grounded down, and then left hand behind the back, right arm up. Hook elbow to knee, inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Inhale, and exhale. One more, inhale. Exhale. Good, unwind. Left shoulder to the inside of the knee. Reach forward, wrap around that left shin. Hold the hands or something, towel, whatever, and fold nose to knee.
Again, you can play with rolling over to your right side or maybe trying to get your left hip down. Keep tucking the chin in. Breath is calm, deep. One more. Good, release.
Grab either side of the foot or calf with both hands and straighten out that left leg. Pull the shoulders back and down. Lift up through the core, flexing both feet. And then keep your core engaged as you float the left foot up. Palms face up, breathe, lift. Good, lower the foot. Cross the ankles, vinyasa. Inhale up. And exhale back. Good, from down dog, look between the hands, come high up onto the toes, walk or jump all the way through, lying on the back. Hug the knees into the chest, rock a little side to side, and then lower the feet onto the mat. So feet are hip width apart. Now there's always a good cue, so I see a lot of people that their feet are way far in front of you, and then you can't really lift up as high as you could. So make sure when you're reaching back that you can easily touch your heels with your hands. That's how you're gonna know your feet are in the right position. You may even, as an option, hold on to your ankles instead of clasping them, if that's something you always do. Hold on to your ankles, push into your elbows, and lift up. And try to rock your shoulders underneath you. That's a nice option, or you can interlace your fingers, whatever you like to do. Breathe, keep lifting those hips. Pull the chin away from the chest. Try to soften the glutes. Now keep your legs engaged so much. Keep pushing into the forearms to lift your right leg. Keep lifting those hips. Lower the right leg and lift the left. Breathe. Lower the left. Lift the hips a little higher. Beautiful, and slowly lower the hips. Hug the knees into the chest, rock a little side to side. Good, setting up your favorite reclining twist. So today I'm gonna do eagle legs. You can hug the knee, just one knee in, or you can join me with eagle legs. So bring your right knee in front of your left. You can hook your toes or just keep the knees stacked. Open up the arms wide and drop both knees over to the left. Try to pull your hip away from your shoulders and gaze over to the right. Breathe, keep working the back of your ribs onto the floor. So that's how you're gonna give yourself a deeper twist. Good. Unwind. Hug both knees into the chest again and set up eagle legs on the other side. So left knee on top of right. Hook the toes if you like to, and drop both knees over to the right. Gaze to the left, drop that top hip, and try to get your left back ribs down. You probably won't come anywhere near, but just know you're going in that direction. One more breath. Good. Unwind. Final Shavasana. So, if it's bright, sunny in the room, a towel, shirt over your eyes. Gently close the eyes. Maybe you got to do a few shakes to make sure you're not holding on to anything physically. And then inhale, open up the mouth, stick out the tongue, and just a vocal exhale. You can yell, scream, whatever you need to do if you're home alone, hopefully. If not, who cares? Inhale. Exhale. Good. And just allow yourself to rest. Allow the breathing to slow down. The focus is no longer on the breath. It's just on being still. It's on making everything as effortless as possible. Just recognizing you're not trying to not think about anything. You're just hopefully experiencing more and more every time you roll out your mat that you have just that inner peace, that the thoughts, the worries, the doubts, all those things just kind of float away. It's not that you're trying to not think about anything or not think about your to-do list. It's just that it's not even there. And some days are certainly easier to do this than others. So again, there's no good or bad. Just see if you can stay here. And if anything, you know you don't have to move physically. You can just find that physical stillness for a few moments out of your day. And just allow the breath to flow in and out of the nose or the mouth, whatever feels the most natural. See if there's anything else that can be dropped physically. If you're still trying to hold on to your fingers or your toes or your stomach, see if you can just soften everything. And then gently just wiggle the fingers and the toes, circle out wrists, ankles, reach up over the head, lengthen through the right side and the left side. Hug knees into chest. Rock a little back and forth, up and down, and coming up into a comfortable seated position. If you have a full lotus, that's always a nice option. If not, just any comfortable seated position. Bring the hands either on top of the knees. So this, with your palms up, means you're ready to receive. The palms down means you need some energy, you need to ground yourself. So choose one. And then bring the hands to heart center as a symbol that we recognize the divinity within ourselves and within one another. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for practicing with me, allowing me to guide you through your practice. And have a beautiful, blessed day. Namaste.